Good morning, Delaware, and welcome to Kissalainy. I'm your host, Michael Sprouse. We are broadcasting live from the beautiful studios of TV Delmarva on Delaware 105.9 FM. You are in the House of Sprouse, and we're going to take a jump into the creative side of the surf. Hey, you can follow along on our Facebook page at facebook.com/coastalae, facebook.com/TV Delmarva, or even www.tvdelmarva.com. All this is possible thanks to our amazing sponsors, the Residences of Lighthouse Cove Dewey Beach, Sprouse Thomas and Real Estate Associates, Peninsula Fine Art and Custom Framing in Lewis. You can call or text. I know you're going to want to do that today. I'll give you some more detail about that in just a moment because we got a really exciting guest in here. 302-491-6484. Because I have in the studio here in TV Delmarva my friend Mandy Stevenson, psychic, healer, and medium. Good morning, Mandy. How are you?
Good morning, everybody.
I'm
I hope
glad
everybody's
you're
having
here.
a magical day.
Yeah, it is a magical day. It's very nice out there, isn't it?
It is actually very beautiful today.
Yeah, it's a very lovely autumn drive. Driving out here, it's Delaware's such a beautiful state. There's a lot of countryside going on right here.
It is.
Do we need to get this mic a little higher up there for you? There we go. How are we doing? Now that's good. There we go.
We're good.
Now we can hear your wonderful
Okay.
voice. So people that may not remember, Mandy, you've been on my show in the past. Mm-hmm. I've had you on my other radio show on 991 FM on Radio Rehoboth, and you were when I was broadcasting from the bookstore. And we had some Wi-Fi issues then, so I wanted to bring you back here because I just think you're fascinating. I think what you do, you've accomplished so much professionally, personally. Anyone that has been your website can read your story. Of course, you and I have talked about just your life path over the years and how you're at this really interesting place in Mandy's Magical Marketplace in downtown Lewis.
Yes, and I love being here, and I really appreciate you having me here.
Oh, sure. My pleasure.
I love being able to educate and spread my word about what a psychic is and squell and get rid of all the misconceptions about us and what we do.
So let's start right there. What exactly then, what is a psychic and what is it that you do?
So a psychic is somebody that can pick up visions of things that are happening around your life now up to, a lot of people go very far ahead. I usually do about a year because I want to stay very accurate with all of my visions and what I see for people.
A year. So when you're getting a reading, you're giving someone a reading, do you see farther ahead than a year when you say you like to keep it within a year?
I can sometimes see more than a year, and if that comes up, I surely will say something, but I like to try to keep it within a year, just so that I get more accurate and get better reviews and keep people knowing what's going on in the present.
And what is it exactly that you're seeing? When you say that you're seeing something, are there literally visions forming like the way we would dream?
Yes, and actually I have a book coming out called I See.
Oh, cool.
And
right
because that's what I always do. I say I see. And what that means in layman's terms is that I can usually pick up, I can see things in my mind. I see things. I can also, as a medium, pick up spirits that want to communicate from the other side, sometimes for their loved ones. And I get visions. I hear things. That's called a clairvoyant. So I do a lot of different ways of picking up visions.
And when did this start for you?
I was, I think the earliest I remember was probably around 8 years old, and I was always seeing different things. A lot of people said I had a lot of imaginary friends, which my theory now is that they are not imaginary friends. They're actually your spirit guides. And spirit guides, what I tell my clients is they actually come the day you're born. They're assigned to you, and then they actually leave and recycle when you pass. You can have many spirit guides, especially if you're an old soul. Interesting.
So how do you know, how does it, let's just say a person just living their life and maybe they've had the sensation, maybe I have a spirit guide, and you've said that everyone does, but maybe they sense it somehow. What are some signs that would put them in the right path, so to speak, so that they know that they're legitimate and they're like making these realizations?
So what I like to tell people is, you can try to meditate to pick up your spirit guides. As you're going to sleep at night, try to envision them or call them in and ask them to show themselves in some signs. You can also have a reading done by a psychic, and I always tell people in all of my readings who their spirit guides are and the signs. There's usually a spirit animal associated with the spirit guide, and once you see the animal in a picture on TV or anything, that's how you know your spirit guide's with you.
Oh, right on. I have a tattoo of a frog on my
Yes, I remember that.
Yes.
And
That's
there's something behind that, you know, like
it wasn't a random decision, right?
Right. And why do people sometimes why do people sometimes just collect dragons, or they collect memorabilia as Indians, but they have no Indian in their ancestry? You know, there's reasons why we collect what we do. We are drawn to it. Celtics, you know, all kinds of different things.
That's very interesting to me, because you'll people all the time. Oh, I eat. Let's say, I love. Oh, I don't know, pigs.
Right.
There are people that really
yeah, I know a woman that collects pigs.
Yeah, so are you saying that there's something deep, or there's a connection, maybe, in a past life, maybe? How would that play out?
Yes, and I do believe it is a past life thing. I believe that we all have past lives, unless you're a brand new newbie, and I have seen some that do exist, but usually we have had some kind of experiences. I always ask people, have you had a lot of deja vu? And they're like, oh yeah, I've had a lot of deja vu. Well, hello. I mean, there's a reason behind that. Why would you think you said the same thing and were in the same place at the same time? I mean, you probably were. It was just in a different life.
Interesting. God, there's so many things I want to talk to you about. And I want people to call in too. 302-491-6484. If you want to get a free reading right now, you're here live.
Give me a question.
Absolutely. Or even, of course, on our Facebook page. And there's many options of Facebook/Coastal E. Probably the easiest one to remember is Facebook.com/TV Delmarva. You can go there and leave a little comment or a question. And we'll see it and we'll be able to get to it.
Absolutely.
I have a friend, and we're Facebook friends. We went to high school. Very wonderful friend of mine, and she was sort of documenting the other day. She'd sort of put out there, has anyone had this experience, because it really freaked her out? She had what was called sleep paralysis.
Yes, I get a lot of questions about that.
And because what had happened during this physical thing, she felt as if she saw the spirit of her father come into her room, and he was trying to communicate with her. And she was freaked out by this. It had never happened before. So was that her mind playing tricks on her, or was it a legitimate? I mean, what happened there?
So there's different theories on that. I will say, from what I see with people that get that, they may be going through a time where they're evolving, and we all go through different periods where our intuition's higher, and the universe, I feel, decides when we are supposed to evolve and go bigger on our journey. So it could be that she's more enlightened at that moment and she's able to pick him up when in the past she hasn't. Also, remember, the veil has been very thin because of October 31st. That's when we're on level playing field with spirits. So usually 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after, even people that are not psychically inclined will start to feel or see spirits.
Wow, that's pretty. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I love Halloween. That's really my favorite.
That's why.
That's the big thing. We had a big fun Halloween. You actually stopped by my house. Yeah, there was a lot of fun.
So cool.
So much fun.
I didn't even know that was your house.
Hey, Mandy, what's going on? I really like that. But I didn't realize that was a time when people could just sort of naturally.
Absolutely.
As you said, the veil is lower. That's an interesting.
I actually had more questions sent to my email in that few weeks than any other time all year, because people are like, is it real? Am I seeing it? Is that fake? Or what's going on? Why am I seeing things out of the corner of my eye or dreaming a lot about my past loved ones?
That's pretty wild. When you, how is it that so let's say that someone calls in, or me or anyone, a total stranger, is now reaching out to you. Mandy, I want you to help me make a connection. How does that process work? How is it that you're able to in tune?
So I just try to concentrate and see what's coming to me. Sometimes I close my eyes and concentrate. And I've done it for so long now that it kind of, whatever comes to my head, I know is what it's supposed to be. I always tell people that, the only difference between me and other psychics and other people, actually compared to psychics and me, but the only thing that's different is when I get a vision or I hear something, I never second guess it. ever.
Interesting.
Because even if it's bad and it's horrible, because life is beautiful and horrible all at once, you know, but I never second guess it.
So would you, let's say that the seeker, I don't know what the right terminology is there, and you have a vision of some sort, maybe even something that it makes no sense to you.
Right.
You just say, hey, this is what I'm seeing, and you hope that they're like, oh, I understand that.
Well, I mean, that's the message I'm supposed to give them from the universe, I feel. So, you know, whether they get it or not at this point, maybe they will in the future, but a lot of times they do get it.
Right on. And I think we have a caller on the line.
Yay!
Hey, good morning. Hey, you're on Coastal A&E. Good morning. Hello. Oh, all I hear is ethereal music. I don't know what that is.
Maybe it's a spirit.
That's on a little piano playing.
That
Maybe
sounded
they'll
like
call
spirit
back.
music.
That was very good. So we got that built in. 302-491-6484. And of course, you can call from anywhere across the country. But we're going to figure that one out. Hopefully, they'll call back in on the line.
Yes.
And that just sort of threw me off there for a second. How important is dreaming in what you're putting out there, what you're doing?
Well, actually, it's very important. I don't do a lot of dream interpretation. That's for other people, but I can pick up normally what, you know, they're trying to say. Actually, it's a very rare thing to be able to pick up and have prophetic dreaming. A lot of people do not have that, so it's a rare gift.
Interesting.
I get it every once in a while, but not to the extent of like my visions when I'm awake. So there is prophetic visions, and then there's fears. I believe that sometimes when our mind goes to sleep, we have a lot of things stored up from the day or the year that we're freaked out about and we didn't face at the time. So when we go to sleep, we, you know, process them in very weird ways.
Subconsciously break them down to images.
Right. And sadly, a lot of times it is bad, like, you know, a nightmare or death or whatever. But that doesn't always mean that's going to happen, you know, and a lot of people get scared about that, but it's not always true.
When a person experiences something that brings them great joy,
right,
or let's just say, and who knows what it could be, maybe they hear a song that they loved, or they see something, a butterfly landing on a certain, I'm just making stuff up here,
right,
and they feel this sort of sense of euphoria. Is that some type of spiritual communication? Is that something that they should go with and feel, you know, like they've had a spiritual connection somehow?
So I tell people all the time that the universe is always talking to us. It's got so many things it wants to tell us about number sequences and symbols, and if we could like get in touch and understand what they're trying to say. I personally believe when I started doing that, my life became better because I was pre-warned. I knew what they were trying to say, and I just feel a sense of peace in my heart. They are always trying to give you signs. If you keep seeing a certain number pattern, there's a reason. If you keep seeing a certain animal, there's a reason. You know, so they're always trying to communicate.
So, what is the best way to evolve that? Is it? Do you question it? Do you say, "Give me some more clarity"?
Well,
how do you put it out there?
Actually, never question.
Oh, okay.
You know, because if you question it, it's going to put in your head that it's not real, and the universe wants to know you're receiving it. So the more that you tell them, "Oh, I get it. I'm processing it," the more you study and look it up and try to figure it out, the more they're going to give to you.
And what would be some advice and ways that people could do that? How do they process it? How do they study it?
So the best way is you can meditate. Some people have a hard time meditating, but it is a great way to tap in. Also, learning how to psychically use tools. There's a lot of divination tools.
Excellent. Cool. Speaking of divination tools, we have a caller this time.
Yay, okay.
Let's see if we can get him on the air. Hey, good morning. You're on Coastal A&E.
Hello, my name's Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi. Just like to see what you see for the year for me.
The whole year. I don't have all that time.
I thought I heard that's what you said. You were going to check.
Well, that's for like a long reading, but I can just give you a quick something that I'm picking up for you, okay?
All right.
One thing I am picking up right away just from what I'm hearing from the universe is that You have a lot on your shoulders at the moment, and you are an empath. I do feel that very, very much. And I do feel that you hold a lot inside, and you're trying to help everybody else but yourself. So I do want to see you try to focus on yourself a little bit more in the upcoming few months. I will say really good news is coming around February 10th for you. I do feel financially that's going to be a lift, and I do feel it could come from a source of unexpected money, such as I'm almost feeling it's a will that you weren't aware of, but I don't think it's something bad like a present death or anything. I do feel a little lump sum of money coming, and that is going to start your new year off right.
Wonderful.
Does that sound good? Does that sound right on track for you, Bobby?
She's right on track.
All right. Hey, listen, I'm glad you called in, Bobby. Thank you. And thanks for listening. I really appreciate it.
Oh, I enjoy your show.
Thank you,
so
Bobby.
much. Yeah, it's always
She's
nice to get a little chunk of money.
I love her energy. I could feel it right through the phone, and she's just very loving and wants to take care of people.
Right on. And do we have another call? I think we do. Let's go. We'll take another call.
Let's do it.
It's fun, exciting to do this. Good morning. You're on Coastal A&E.
Hi, it's Linda.
Hey, Linda. Thanks for calling. You have a question for Mandy?
I do. I just lost my dog.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I was wondering if you could help me out with that in any way. Well, communicating with her, it was a tragic loss.
So was she probably a little older, around 6 or 7?
She was just about to turn 11.
Okay, so she was a little older. So what I'm picking up, first off, I am a huge animal lover. I do so much for animals. I love them. I'd have 1,000. And nothing's worse because they are children in many ways. I do feel that, let me tell you the cool thing, if there is anything good about losing an animal. What I've seen is that a lot of times animals recycle and transform so quick on the other side that you have a possibility of having that animal again in this lifetime, which is really neat. So how many times have you heard like, oh, I got this dog and it's just like Skippy and he's got the same personality? It's probably because that is, so they come back to that owner. I feel the bond you had with this is just so incredible that they may come back. I'm getting a lot of senses about that. I do feel, I don't know exactly why they have to go when they do, but there is a definite universal reason behind it. I do feel that they are with a female on the other side, one of your family members, and I do feel like there's a very beautiful area, such as like almost like a beach with a lot of sand, water. He's happy, running, having a good time.
Good.
So he's.
Well, I know she's with her brother
safe.
Because she lost her brother like a week before I lost her.
Absolutely.
My girlfriend lost her brother, who actually bred her.
Yes.
And so I know she is with. I know she's happy. And
She's
I know
happy.
she's with him. And I just want to tell you. Can I tell you something really funny that happened?
Yes.
Well, I have a weather app, and one day I got a notification of tropical storm Andrea coming, and I clicked on it, and I never click on notifications like that. And when I clicked on it, it was showed like the clouds of the storm, and my dog was an Afghan hound, and it was an exact head of an Afghan hound.
See,
showing as tropical storm.
Well, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. I mean,
that's very interesting.
That's not coincidental.
Blew me away.
Wow.
Nothing's coincidental.
So, Linda, that felt to you like a communication, a reach out for you?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And that's how the universe communicates.
That's beautiful.
And I've had other dogs that I've lost, and I always could feel, particularly one of them, jump on the bed. You feel the pressure.
Yes.
When the bed goes down. And I haven't felt that with her. Well, because I've got another dog, and I've also got a husband in my bed now, too.
There's a difference there.
And I'm like, oh, that's not Zoe.
Right.
Something's moving. What's going on?
I'm waiting for that, because that's, that when they're in the bed with you, that's that's when I'm really
Absolutely.
happy.
Well,
Absolutely.
Linda, listen, I so appreciate you calling in this morning, and I hope that Manny was able to give you a little closure there. I'm sorry for your loss. I really appreciate you listening to the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I know we got
You
some
guys have a
other
great
callers
day.
online, so thank you, Linda, for calling in. Do we have time for one more caller before we go to our break? I think we do. Let's see. We got another caller on the line. Let's see. Go here. Good morning. You're on Coastal A&E.
Good morning. This
Good morning.
is Sarah.
Oh, hey, Sarah. How are you? It's my friend Sarah Gilmore calling in. How are you, Sarah? I thought I recognized your voice.
What are you doing?
We're having a blast here in TV Delmarva, and I've got
I
Maddie
know.
Stevenson
This is
here.
so interesting.
I want to thank you so much for all the promo you put out there. Do you have a question for Maddie? Is there something that she can get a reading for you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what is
Okay,
that?
so I just turned a major milestone birthday last month, and I was wondering how my health is going to be for this coming year.
So let me tell you, everybody has different expertise when it comes to doing readings in different subjects. I like to say I'm pretty accurate when it, in many areas. Love's a little weird here and there, but I will say health and kids is a big one for me. I can usually pick things up very easily. So for you, I feel, we all have weak areas. For the most part, you are extremely healthy for your age, which is a beautiful thing. I don't see anything that would be a major warning for you. I do feel there is some weak spots, though. Something in the knee, maybe one of the right knees. I do feel a little bit of a weakness, nothing crazy. Your lower back, and possibly your stomach, where you just kind of hold things. But all in all, I don't see anything major, but I do feel there might be something that comes up with the right knee in the next 6 months where you might need to get some injections or get it handled in some way.
Oh gosh, this is just
Isn't that
absolutely
great?
awesome.
And see, it's important because you only
It is
turn.
It is so on point.
There you go.
I have problems with my
Yay!
knee
I love it.
and in my lower back.
Yeah.
I was like, I have had, I guess they call it cortisone injection.
Mm-hmm.
In my knee. Well, there you go.
There you
Well,
go.
there you go. All is
But
well.
you're going to make it, and you're
Yeah.
going to have a good life. So
Absolutely.
you're
Hey,
very healthy.
Sarah, I'm so glad. You know what? And congratulations again on your 25th birthday. I know that the major milestone
Yes.
once.
And you know what? I'm still celebrating. A friend of mine is taking me out to brunch.
Fantastic.
Wow, that's
I hope you're going
great.
somewhere fun, somewhere nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, well, tomorrow night, or Monday night, is Cornerstone Awards. Are you going to that, Michael?
I don't.
In Dewey Beach?
Quite possibly. We'll have to have a little conversation to see what's going on about that.
Okay,
We got
all
one.
right,
We got
I'll
another
let you
caller
go.
on the line, or 1 minute left. We're going to
Okay.
get a break. Sarah,
All
thank
right.
you so much. I
Have a
really
good
appreciate
day.
it.
Thank you, Sarah.
She's a wonderful person.
She is
Okay,
great.
bye.
Yeah, she's
great.
great.
I
Thank
love
you.
it.
We're going to go to break here in about 60 seconds. I know that we'll have more callers calling in. This is so much fun. I love when people are like, "Oh, you're
Yay.
spot on."
Yeah, that
like,
is
like I
great.
knew that anyway, which is great. See, this is my own psychic coming in.
There you go.
And we'll go into the next half hour. We'll take some more calls. Definitely will have you back on the air at some point.
That's awesome.
It's a lot of fun.
I love it.
I do too, and I love it when people, you can hear it in their voices. Like,
Yes.
"Oh, thank you." that
You
they're,
relax me. It's a great thing.
Hey, I like hearing that. It's a
Yes.
good thing. It's what I do. It's what I do. Maybe I'll get a reading from you at some point.
You need it, and free on the house. I want you
Hey,
to know.
I know. I love that. I gotta come by your. I love when I see your Mandy's Magical Marketplace over there on Savannah Road.
Oh, yeah,
So
Purple
cool.
House.
Purple
Can't
House.
miss-
Can't beat
can't
that.
miss
It's so right there. It's so cool looking. We're gonna talk more about that a little bit. Hey, don't go anywhere, folks. All right, Coastal A&E. I'm your host, Michael Sprouse. Good psychic medium Mandy here in the house of Sprouse. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Hey everybody, Jim Weller here, and I'd like to talk to you about utility trailers. New ones, used ones, open and enclosed, landscape trailers, car trailers, equipment trailers, dump trailers, tow dollies, aluminum trailers, vendor trailers. If you need a utility trailer, we need to talk. We offer easy financing, we take in trades, we've been in business now for like 44 years, and we'd like the opportunity to earn your business. So shop around, but when you're ready to lay the cash on the table, come see me, Jim Weller, at Weller's in Bridgeville. I look forward to seeing you. Hey everybody, Jim Weller here, and I'd like to talk to you about utility trailers. New ones, used ones, open and enclosed, landscape trailers, car trailers, equipment trailers, dump trailers, tow dollies, aluminum trailers, vendor trailers. If you need a utility trailer, we need to talk. We offer easy financing, we take in trades, we've been in business now for like 44 years, and we'd like the opportunity to earn your business. So shop around, but when you're ready to lay the cash on the table, come see me, Jim Weller, at Weller's in Bridgeville. I look forward to seeing you.
Our drinking water doesn't come only from rivers, lakes, and streams. Underground aquifers are also critical, providing more than 30% of the world's freshwater supply. Did you know that vast freshwater aquifers also exist under the ocean floor? Some of this water could be used to enhance offshore oil production. In the future, these offshore reserves might also be tapped for agriculture or city supply. At the University of Delaware, researchers using numerical models have shown how exploiting these undersea aquifers could threaten the fresh water available to coastal communities because the resource offshore is connected to the resource onshore. What's more, this groundwater extraction could cause the land to sink, leading to other problems. UD research hopes to inform policy decisions about the use of this unique water resource before adverse impacts occur.
Honey, the dog needs to go out again.
Isn't it your turn?
Yes, but there's already 6 inches of snow out there. I'm not going out there.
Fine, where are my boots?
Sound familiar? If you're like many dog owners that have not upgraded to an invisible fence, I'm sure you had this conversation. Winter is just around the corner and no one likes standing outside while their puppy takes its sweet time to find a potty spot. My name is Justin Ward, and I own Invisible Fence brand of Delmarva. I'm here to make your life easier. At Invisible Fence, we can install your system and train your dogs before winter brings its frigid temperatures. No more freezing your nose off at 4 a.m. because your pup needs to go out. Invisible Fence can also be your second set of hands this holiday season. Our indoor shield units can keep pets off furniture, countertops, or even entire rooms. Act now and get a free micro shield when you purchase your exclusive Boundary Plus containment system. For details, visit delmarva.invisiblefence.com.
Thanks for listening to Delaware 1059. As you do, there are a few things you should know. First, should you call the station, you're giving us your permission to record and/or air all or part of your call at our discretion. Second, this station from time to time runs various contests and giveaways which have general and specific rules that address how to enter or participate, eligibility, entry deadlines, nature and value of prizes, how to win, and the required paperwork to accept and receive the prize, and our right to publicize or broadcast your name, likeness, or voice without any additional compensation to you, all of which you should be aware of. These rules can be viewed on our station website, Delaware1059.com. Some of the rules may be aired in part on our station. They're also available by writing or by visiting the station's studio address at 1666 Blair's Pond Road in Milford, Delaware, 19963. Once again, thanks for listening to Delaware 1059, and have a great day.
Ben! Oh, Ben! Honey, call the plumber!
I told you to call East Coast Plumbing.
Leave the plumbing to the professionals and call East Coast Plumbing Services. East Coast Plumbing specializes in water heaters, tankless heaters, drain cleaning, tubs, showers, faucets, fixtures, leaks, and piping repairs. If you're in need of a plumber, don't do it yourself. Call East Coast Plumbing or find them online at eastcoastplumbing247.com. That's eastcoastplumbing247.com.
Are you an experienced plumber looking for a career opportunity? East Coast Plumbing is now hiring qualified service technicians. Top pay, paid vacation, 401k, and health benefits are available. Background check and drug testing is required. If you're looking to build a career in the home service industry, call East Coast Plumbing today or find them online. eastcoastplumbing247.com.
The following program is a paid commercial presentation.
not a sweet song too?
It's very relaxing.
Very relaxing. Very nice. Thank you, Kate, for finding that. Good Morning Stars. I love that song. It's when I was a little kid.
It's
by a guy named
song.
Oliver. Beautiful song.
And puts you in a good mood.
It does. I just feel when I have you on the air, I always feel like an energy boost.
See? It's
That's
all
good.
about the energy.
Yeah, it sure is. It's nice. So I'm like, what is the perfect song to play? So thank you, Kate, for finding that. I love that song. I need to give a quick shout out to one of the sponsors of Coastal A&E. The Residences of Lighthouse Cove Dewey Beach. Do you like the idea of luxury living? Well, that is exactly what you'll find. The Residences of Lighthouse Cove Dewey Beach. They feature brand new 1, 2, 3, and 4 bedroom luxury condominiums nestled directly next to the Rehoboth Bay in the heart of Dewey Beach, Delaware. The Residences feature resort-filled amenities, incredible bay views, bayside dining, and much more. They're family-built, family-inspired, and family-operated, all designed specifically for you at 1301 Coastal Highway in Dewey Beach. So welcome to Luxury Living in Dewey Beach. For more information about the Residences of Lighthouse Cove, visit them online at www.theresidencesde.com. Want to remind everyone to please feel free to give us a call, 302-491-6484. You can talk to Mandy, my friend Mandy Stevenson, psychic medium healer, live on the air. So you can get a free reading, which is nice.
That's a big thing.
It is a big thing. It's an exciting thing. I like it. When Sarah called earlier, my friend Sarah, she's just a very dynamic person. And the thing that I liked, she had zero qualms about, I want to know about my health for the year.
I love it.
Which is great. Some people are intimidated.
Some people want to know and some people don't.
Yeah,
That's really what it boils down to.
Wow.
I always ask people when I sit down with them for a reading, do you or do you not want to know what's going to happen if it's really bad? Because some people don't.
Yeah.
And they appreciate that because we can go around it if indeed that does come up.
Interesting.
But some people want to know everything.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think Sarah's like, give it all. I want to hear it.
Sometimes I get in trouble because I have to tell them everything, but they
Wow.
ask for it, so I
Wow.
got to tell them. You know,
Interesting.
I mean, if your man's cheating, it's not my fault.
Hey, there
you know,
you go.
you wanted to know.
Don't shoot the messenger here. I just
And I get it a lot. I get it a lot.
I think it's fascinating. I think you and I were talking earlier before we went on the air about your affinity for the Milton Theater. And I'm a huge fan of the Milton Theater as well.
I love the Milton Theater. They
Great
are
place.
incredible. Fred all of them are just so genuine and want the community to strive, and it's great.
And you've been on stage there many
Yes,
times yourself.
I've been there a few times, I think 2 or 3 times, and my next one is coming up in January. And, I just love being there. It's just a great place to be for the community.
But you said that when you're there backstage, it's
I
like,
pick up a lot of stuff back there. All of Milton. I mean, let's be honest. Sussex County has a lot of, old history to it, and
absolutely.
there's definitely a lot of spirits
Sure.
around. So it's It's
well,
definitely there.
you bring up a good point because part of the history of Sussex County, of course, is warfare.
Right.
It's, that's just how it is. There's a Revolutionary War. There's Native American warring with the Native Americans.
A lot
over
of
here.
Native American history.
Absolutely,
A lot of
British
Native.
American. So does that imprint that type of energy?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm part Cherokee, and so I'm really into the history of the Native Americans around here, and they're just such beautiful, spirited people. I will say that there's a lot of history on every single property, and a lot of people think it's their house, and it's not their house, it's their property.
Interesting.
And another tip I want to tell people, because I did some ghost tours in Lewis, around Halloween, and I always told my clients and customers that, when there's a haunting in your home, a lot of times people are like, oh, I have a haunting. Well, the reason is probably because you brought something old into your home from like a, yard sale or a thrift
Creepy
store.
antique store.
Correct. So you do need to sage anything that you bring
That's a
into
good
your
point.
home. I mean, I believe in saging all the time anyway, but definitely if you bring something new into your home.
Right on. And people can get smudge sticks, sage sticks at your shop.
Right at my store. Yeah,
beat
I've got a
that.
bunch of herbs. I have like probably over 400 different
Wow.
kinds. But sage is like key to life. It also helps with like the flu season.
That's
It helps
good to
keep
know.
you feeling good, remove any negativity in your home. It helps your animals. It helps children stop fighting. Anytime my kids
Nice.
fight, I bring it out immediately.
That's right.
And they know.
I'm going to break up the sage.
That's it. I'm going to
Better
sage
calm
you.
down right now. I think we have another caller on the line. Oh,
Okay.
no, we don't. I thought we did. But
Okay.
look, 302-491-6484. Call in. I got this, Mandy. I feel like I don't get to get you on the air enough. So I would love for people to call in and take advantage of your wonderful, generous skill and talent, which I find very impressive. I want to go back to something you mentioned. You said that it's really the property,
correct,
not necessarily the house. So what is the tie-in there?
So what it is, the land holds history. Some people that pass are very attached to their land. Think about it.
Sure,
I mean, you've lived there your whole life. Yeah. They feel like that's
My
theirs.
family's
correct.
land,
and they don't want
thing.
any strangers around, So it is important to, when you get there, for sage, because it is kind of your sign, like, hey, this is mine, I'm here. Also, you need to grid your property with some crystals to keep it protected so others can't come onto it. There's a lot of ways to even protect from like thieves and things coming onto it.
Interesting.
Yes.
Wow.
I've got slews of
That's
info
better than
for that.
the good old alarm.
Right.
Alarm.
Exactly.
Put the crystal up instead. I think we got a caller on the line.
Okay.
Hey, good morning. You're on Coastal A&E.
Good morning.
Hi, who's this?
This is Denise from Lewis.
Hey, Denise, thanks for calling. Do you have a question or a comment here for Mandy?
Yeah, I'd like to get a little reading and maybe health issues if you can.
Hi, Denise. How are you?
Hi. Good.
Good. So, let me see. The first thing that came to mind was all over healthy. So that's good. I don't see any like major issues with cancers or anything. I will say, right?
That's always good to hear.
It's a great thing for the new year. I will say, I am picking up. We all have weak spots, as I told the last caller. And for you, I am picking up something in the stomach area. I don't know if you have your gallbladder, but I will say that I'm picking up within the next maybe 6 months there might be a issue with it. So if you did start having pain, you might need to get that taken out. Don't just ignore it. Also,
I still had it.
Good. Okay. And then as far as your you're very healthy for the most part. I will say one other thing that came to mind was thyroid. So make sure you stay on top of that. I do feel it can go low from time to time.
Okay.
But other than that, you look great.
Hey, there you go. Was that helpful for you?
Yeah, it was pretty accurate. I mean, I do have my gallbladder with no problem.
Right.
And, so far, no thyroid problems, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, hey, listen, I appreciate you calling and thank you for listening.
Thank you.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. All right. And anyone else, feel free to call 302-491-6484. We got about 15 minutes. I mean, the hour flies by.
I know, it does.
Drives
it
me
goes
crazy.
So quick.
Could be here forever and doing this.
I know.
Do you have a little reading for me as long as we're on the air?
Actually, I do. And that was so funny. I just went to touch up and I was like, I need to ask him some things or talk to him about it. So I am picking up, actually, it was funny when I looked over here and it just sparked something with the housing and the real estate and so on. I feel like you're so multi-talented that you're always going to struggle with what direct path to go in. And I definitely feel right now you're just so confused on that. Like, what do I do? And
well, you're right about that. Yeah, there's a lot of many hats.
So much is happening at once. I can look at people, and I'm not saying everybody's a celebrity because you're not all going to be a celebrity. But I have been able to pinpoint some people that are going to make it bigger than others, and you are.
Well, hey, I love hearing that.
Without
thank you.
a doubt.
I'm so glad to hear that because you know what? I'm no spring chicken, but I keep that.
Well, that doesn't matter. It's the talent inside of you.
I appreciate that.
And I definitely feel something big with the West Coast is going to come up.
Wow. That's great to hear. Thank you. I once that happens, I'll be like, Mandy said it. What's going to happen? We'll put
Make sure
you back
you
on the
put
air.
it on here.
Right on. You know I will. I think we got another caller on the line.
Okay.
Hey, good morning. You're on Coastal A&E.
Hi, good morning. My name is Frances.
Hey, Frances. Thanks for calling.
Hi, Frances.
Hey, hi, how are you this morning, Mandy?
Good. How are you?
And I was just wondering, anything in general that you're picking up? I don't have a specific question.
Well, that's always that's a good thing. That helps because then I can just do what comes to my head. I will say also with you, I mean, not everybody's an empath, and so I don't want everybody to think that, but I am picking that up for you as well, so I do want you to look that up. It's EMP.
Right.
Do you know what that is?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, okay,
yeah,
so.
I used to have to, when there were embarrassing things on television when I was a kid, I had to hide my face.
Oh.
That's how empathic I was.
You are a high level.
I was Lucy, being embarrassed, you know?
You're a high level. So I do feel like your energy's a little low at the moment, and I do feel that that's just, we are in Mercury retrograde right now.
Oh.
Ooh, that's
I didn't
fun.
realize that.
So until November 20th, and everything's just a little funky right now. But I will say, I feel like your Christmas is going to be awesome. I do think that you are going to definitely have a surprise around that time, possibly with family, friends, things like that. And next year, I do see you actually getting more good energy and being able to accomplish things and focus a little more. You actually have a lot of creative talents inside of you, and I do feel next year you're going to put those to good use.
Okay.
All right. Hey, that sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. I appreciate you listening. We got 3 more callers on the line, I believe, on hold. So it's a popular phone this morning. Hey, good morning. You're on Coastal A&E.
Yes, hello. I'm the same as the last lady. I would appreciate a reading.
Okay.
That works. Right to the point. And what is your name? What is your name?
I get nervous on the phone.
Oh, no worries. What is your name?
DJ.
DJ. All right. Hey, what do you got
Hi,
for DJ?
DJ. So
Hello.
You just want in general, right? Whatever's coming up?
Yeah, I could really, really use some
Direction.
interventions.
Okay, so one thing I'm picking up right away is your career path. I feel like you're bored and it's just not where it needs to be at the moment. I do feel there's more for you and you're settling in a few different areas. I do think that there will be some kind of opportunity that comes up by January, probably the first week of January, that's going to be kind of risky, but it's going to be a really good thing for you. I do feel like you are multi-talented as well and can do many things. You just need to make sure you're not bored because you're a person that needs to be on the go or you're going to get very low energy. So I do feel something good with careers coming up. I also feel you're going to break away a lot of things that you're holding for the first month of the new year. So it's going to start off with a bang. I really feel by summer, you're going to be in a much better space and place of mind.
All right. So that feel like it's right on there for you?
Is there anything, I have one more just brief one.
Sure.
Is there anything with residence aspects?
Residents. So I feel it's all going to start fresh. I feel like where you are, everything's like stagnant feeling at the moment. I think that it's time to just like revamp. You would actually even do good in another state. I feel like, yes. So does that make sense?
A lot of it did. A lot of it really, really did. I do really enjoy my career, but it's a seasonal thing. So it is. Some of it you pegged it like right to summertime.
Right.
But the January thing, I'm like not looking. I have some ideas of what that could be. So yeah, it's just
it'll come up.
Everybody's having highs and lows, and it's just been very challenging as of late.
Well, let me tell you this: when I see you around summer, you look great, and you're on the best path you can be on.
Hey, that's good to hear.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, fantastic.
That's good. That's great.
DJ, thank you so much for calling in, my friend. I appreciate it. All right. Hey, we'll go directly to the next caller.
Okay.
I was like, I can't have dinner. Good morning. You're on Coastal A&E.
Hi, this is Julie.
Hey, Julie.
And I was hi. I guess just a general whatever.
Okay. So another general on the menu. So I am picking up with you. Where are you from?
Milford.
Milford. So with you, I'm picking up that actually a few different, it's almost like the one before, but there is going to be some changes for the better coming up. I do feel that you're pretty blessed in a lot of areas of your life. I'm not seeing anything that's like extreme. I do feel that you actually have somebody that wants to communicate from the other side here. I am picking up that there's a female, I'm guessing either a mother or grandmother. Has your mother passed away? Ma'am?
Hello? I don't know what happened. She's not there anymore. We'll go to the next one. Oh, well, thank you for calling in. Sorry about that. Hello. Okay, good morning. You're on Coastal A&E.
Now that she's going to be following me all day, and I need to find contact with her.
Do you need to give just a quick message in case she can hear us?
If she can hear me, she wants you to know that she's always with you, and she was very proud of you and the way you've chose to be with your family and your decisions.
Thank you for doing that. I know this is important. Good morning. You're on Coastal A&E.
Hi, my name is Jennifer. I'm from Milford. Also,
hey, Jennifer. Thanks for calling.
And I would like generalized reading, please.
Hi, Jennifer. So what I'm picking up with you right away is you actually are very intuitive as well. I do feel like you get some instincts right away, but you don't always listen to them. I do feel you're getting ready to go through an evolving period of your life in the next 6 months where your journey is going to make a little bit more sense, which is great because that's when we really start living. I also feel that as far as relationships around you, they're going to start to improve as well. I just feel, as far as companionship, that things are going to be really good around spring and summer this upcoming year. I also feel where there's disconnects and issues with family and chaos and so on, everything's going to come to a head, but get way better through mid next year.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Very nice. Very nice. This has to be just hearing you speak to these people and hearing in their voice.
Yes.
This thing, I love it. Do we have one more caller? I think we have time for one more call.
Okay.
Hey, good morning. You're on Coastal A&E.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Hi, I'm Bill from Rehoboth.
Hey, Bill. Thanks for calling.
Hi, Bill.
Thank you. Hi, how are you?
Good.
Can I get a reading?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You're in the right place.
I was going to ask for the Powerball number, but I'll take the gift.
That's going to happen after this.
Listen. That is the most asked question in the world for psychics. We have a joke about that.
That's funny.
Either way, I can actually give you some number sequences that are coming to me. That's kind of funny.
Hey, there you go. Everybody grab their pen and pencil.
You better get a pen and paper. And I want half.
I got it ready.
So I am picking up that a sequence of 3696 is going to start to come up a lot. You're going to either start seeing it like with change, things like that. I do feel those are going to be some really lucky numbers and a good sign of luck in the next 4 months. Okay, so anytime you see that, I also see 9955 as well. So make sure that you keep those in mind. Probably everybody else is going to steal it.
That's right. But it's just for you, Bill.
But it's just for you, Bill. Okay. I do, honestly, though, I do feel that money is actually going to increase a little bit. And I also see a trip coming up for you in the next 6 months that hasn't even been planned yet. I do feel it feels like maybe like Key West or something in the southern tip of Florida. And I do see almost like fishing, fun, having a relaxation time, feeling relaxed with some friends and family. So that's a good thing coming up as well.
Okay.
One more thing. I'm also hearing that as far as relationships are concerned, you're in a relationship?
No,
Okay. So I feel the first thing that I've picked up was that a relationship is coming into play. If I was a betting person, I'd say probably around February. So I do want you to open your heart to that. It feels like you're kind of shut down, and that's why it looks like you're in a relationship. But if you walk around like that, it's going to be hard for you to bring in that person that needs to be with you.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Bill, thank you for calling,
very
man. I
much.
appreciate it. Good luck with those numbers. And everyone else who wrote down those numbers.
I want
as well. That's all right. Hey, listen, I need to give a quick shout out. I was speaking to my friend John Nurbas the other day. He's a co-founder of the American Flag Guardians. It's a nonprofit that is helping to not only get flags to veterans and as a token of their appreciation of their service, but also to help with several of the issues that veterans deal with. And John himself was spent 14 months in service as an Iraq veteran. They're going to have a get to know us type of gathering at the Wheel House in Lewis tomorrow from 5 5 to 8 p.m., and I told him I'd give him a shout out. So you want to check that out, you can probably go to the Wheelhouse, look them up online, get some more information from that. It's the American Flag Guardians, and that is from 5 to 7 tomorrow at the Wheelhouse. So in Lewis, I've done that.
Awesome.
Yeah, it sounds good. I like when nonprofits, people helping people. You are somebody that likes to help people.
I love nonprofit.
Yeah, I do too. It's a good thing.
I always,
getting involved in
I came from very humble times, and I always remember the pact I made. I mean, I believe in goddesses, and we all have something we believe in, but I remember saying that if she put me on the path I was supposed to be on, and she blessed me, that I would always bless back. And sometimes I do so much charity that my account gets mad at me.
Stop giving it all away.
But I believe that anytime you give, it's a good thing.
Right on. Hey, we got one more caller. Speaking of giving is a good thing. Very quickly. Good morning. You're on Coastal A&E.
Hello, my name is Debbie, and I'm from Milford.
Hi,
Debbie. All right. Let's see. Well, let's get a reading here for you.
So do you have any specific questions?
Not really, just a general reading, I think.
So let me tell you something real quick that's coming to me about your health, okay? It's nothing bad. It's correctable, but I am picking up that you're more prone to have like an autoimmune of some sort. So you do need to stay on top of joint pain, especially in like your elbows, wrists, knees area, things like that. I do feel that might be something that comes up this upcoming year. I don't see anything bad behind it. It could be like a fibro or something like that. I do feel that you will actually, you're very protected, and I do feel that there is somebody from the other side watching in. There is a male and a female, so I don't know if it's parents or what the connection is. They're not telling me 100%, and I don't have a lot of time to tap in. But the first thing that I saw was they were smiling. There's a lot of like beauty around them, such as like a lot of rose bushes and gardens and so on. And they are telling me that they're always there for you, watching over you. They said that they will always protect. And I do see with the female, there was a cardinal in a tree near her as a representation. She's with you. And then with the male, I kept seeing a lot of like coins around him, like pennies and dimes. So that's a sign as well.
All right. That sounds lovely.
Okay. So I hope that helped a little bit. Definitely, I don't see anything bad if that's the case.
Okay, that sounds great.
All right. Hey, Debbie, thank you for calling in. I really appreciate it. Have a great rest of the day. All right. Hey, listen, we've got 60 seconds left. Are you going to be able to stick around for a little bit longer, or are you going to run right out the door?
Mm-hmm.
Good, because I think we can keep you here, at least for our Facebook stream. Maybe we can still keep, I could ask Colin if we can keep calls coming in, so that's good.
Okay.
So you can go to facebook.com/coastalae or TV Delmarva. We do have Nate Clendenin coming in at some point until he gets here, and I know he wants to talk to you too, so why not? I wasn't sure if you had to rush out the door.
Yeah, like I could stay like an extra 15.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent. Hey, listen, everyone that's been listening today, thank you so much. I've had such a great time.
I have too, and I
get you back
appreciate
here
you
on the
having me. This guy is awesome. I love him.
Thank
I
you
love
so
him.
much. Well, it's just, there's a good energy vibe in here. I was telling Colin that when I walked in this morning. It feels really good. Studios at TV Delmarva. I've had a wonderful time here on Coastal A&E, folks. I hope you have too. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody.
We'll have a great time. Be back next week.
Be
We'll
back
figure that
next
out.
week.
Listen, everyone, thank you so much. Do something creative this week out there. Have a safe one. Talk to you next week.
Go where the locals go. Yellowfin's Bar and Grill in Longneck and West Fenwick Island. Dine from a full menu featuring the freshest local seafood and daily specials. Dig into their famous tuna nachos. Nobody makes them better. And believe me, they've tried. Enjoy happy hour daily and live entertainment on their outside deck in Longneck. For light fare, lunch, or dinner, it's Yellowfin's Bar and Grill. Route 24 Longneck or Route 54 just a mile west of Harris Teeter, West Fenwick. Where you you become a local.
Hello, friends. Bubba D. Johnson here for Potter Sand and Gravel, New Harrington. Friends, let me tell you a little bit about dirt. Not your everyday down and dirty filled dirt, no, but quality filled dirt from Porter's. What's the difference, you ask? Well, I don't know. It ain't wrote down. But if you call 302-335-5132 right now, they'll be glad to tell you. They also have screened and unscreened topsoil. Now, look, if you need dirt, you need more than just willing it. You need to give old Frank Porter a call today, because if you got a hole, he can fill it. Now, where's my money?
From the Lawns Unlimited Studios.
This is Sea Talk, ocean news from the University of Delaware. Delaware's low-lying elevation makes the state especially vulnerable to flooding from storms and sea level rise, particularly since no part of the state is more than 8 miles from tidal waters. To address these challenges, Delaware Sea Grant and partners from around the state created the Resilient and Sustainable Communities League, also known as RASCL, a collaborative network that provides technical expertise to Delaware communities in order to increase their ability to adapt, mitigate, and respond to environmental changes, including climate change. The third annual RASCL Summit will be held this month. Learn more at decgrant.org/coastal-hazards. This is Sea Talk, a public service announcement from the University of Delaware, the Delaware Sea Grant College Program, and this station.
Funny thing about health insurance, you don't think about how much you need it until you need it. He's not going to be okay. That's why I love Health Markets, your insurance marketplace. They guarantee you won't find a lower price anywhere for the plans they offer. They search thousands of plans from over 200 leading companies, both on the exchange and off, to find the plan that saves you money. You may even qualify for free health insurance with no monthly premiums. One call to Health Markets and they do it all. Evaluate your needs, offer objective solutions, and even handle the enrollment process for you. You can enroll today, but you must act now. Having helped enroll people in millions of policies with an A+ customer satisfaction rating, you can trust Health Markets. They even have new alternative options most don't even know about that can save you thousands.
Health Markets.
Call 844-559-8579. That's 844-559-8579.
Here's a great way to save money on your credit card bills. If you have 3 or more credit cards and you're way behind on the payments, we can show you a way to pay as little as 50% and have 0 debt in 24 months. Call now and learn how to reduce your credit card bills by 50% and be 100% debt-free. We always offer 24/7 help and a free consultation. Call right now. If you're living with diabetes and using insulin, you know the pain of pricking your fingers over and over again. By wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce the pain of pricking your fingers right away. If you're testing your blood sugar 4 more times per day, injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetic Health Hotline today and learn about the latest CGM technology. Not only can a CGM immediately reduce pain, it's accurate, easy to use, and helps you make better diabetes treatment decisions. And if you have Medicare, you can get a new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost. We'll also provide free shipping of your new CGM, and we'll bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 4 more times per day and injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call now and learn how to receive your new continuous glucose monitor at little or no out-of-pocket cost.
Jim Weller here talking to you about sheds, Amish-made sheds, many shapes and styles and colors, with vinyl siding, with brick on the front, whatever you may need. We've got a great selection. We've got the best prices around. They include delivery. We also sell chicken coops, dog kennels, gazebos, and Amish-made vinyl swing sets, and all of those include delivery to your property. So check us out on Route 13 in Bridgeville, like us on Facebook, look us up at wellers.com, call me at 337-8228, and let's see what we can do to help.
This is Sea Talk, ocean news from the University of Delaware. Delaware's low-lying elevation makes the state especially vulnerable to flooding from storms and sea level rise, particularly since no part of the state is more than 8 miles from tidal waters. To address these challenges, Delaware Sea Grant and partners from around the state created the Resilient and Sustainable Communities League, also known as RASCL, a collaborative network that provides technical expertise to Delaware communities in order to increase their ability to adapt, mitigate, and respond to environmental changes, including climate change. The third annual RASCL Summit will be held this month. Learn more at decgrant.org/coastal-hazards. This is Sea Talk, a public service announcement from the University of Delaware, the Delaware Sea Grant College Program, and this station.
That's an interesting little ditty there, Colin. Do, 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 do. I need a martini and a smoking jacket. That's it. Hey, there's
There he is.
Nate Clendenin is here.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Right on. You can come in. You can want to go in and warm up a little bit. Mandy's going to stick around for a little bit longer. I think so we're back. This is the Facebook live stream portion of Coastal A&E. So much fun. People, hopefully they can come here to, of course, our Facebook page, facebook.com/coastalae. They can go to facebook.com/TV Delmarva.
Yes.
I just like saying TV Delmarva.
It's nice.
It is. I'm just going to brand that all out there. TV Delmarva. It's a good thing. And Nate Clendenin just walked in, musician. We're going to be performing here live this hour. How's it going? It's nice to see you. And we have a caller on the line.
Okay.
So it was been patiently holding for Mandy. Good morning. You're on Coastal A&E.
Good morning. This is DJ again. And Mandy, I did have
DJ's
one
back.
more question for you on.
You get a 2 for 1. Go ahead.
I appreciate that.
No
I
problem.
do appreciate that. One more about past spirit or spirit that is passed on. Anything that you see relating to me in that?
Actually, yes. And I do feel like there's a younger one. So I say anything under the age of 60, 70 is pretty young to pass away. And I do feel like there's a male here that could have passed away younger and kind of quick. I also did pick up a female that passed over that was a family member of yours that she's there, she's trying to connect, she's not talking as much, but did you lose somebody young?
Incredulous amounts of people, entire family, 30 friends in Baltimore, 30 friends in Ocean City, and like 25 in Delaware. So yeah, lots and lots
Was
of friends.
one of them
and
a
family.
car accident or a motorcycle accident?
No, none that I'm aware of. It was mostly illnesses and or occasional. Well, I guess there was a suicide.
Okay.
But it wasn't really car related.
Well, it does feel to me like this male that's trying to connect he died quickly. He was very upset, so maybe it was the suicide, because I do feel like he was suffering beforehand, but he didn't tell anybody, of course. I do feel like he's very happy. He's very dynamic, fun, in a very beautiful place right now. He's got kind of like a Hawaii background, and he does have some friends and family around him. I do feel like he feels like you're his brother or friend, and he is a protector over you.
Oh, thank God.
You okay?
I have it. Yeah, okay, that could definitely peg some people. That's wild.
Does that make sense? So I do feel he tries to communicate to you through music, actually. So when you're driving, like the music and the times that you guys had together, that's how he tries to get through. Maybe that's why I picked up the call.
Definitely, and I do pick up on it, and I say hello to that individual when that happens.
That's
and
the best thing you can do.
The other lady.
Yes, and the
about coins.
Yes.
I
Yes.
find lots of coins, and I am very open to the signs. I've had cardinals fly in my house and hang out with me, fly around me.
Hey, right on.
I love it.
Hanging out with the Cardinals flying in. That's pretty cool. Hey, DJ, man, I appreciate you calling in, man. I really do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, DJ.
Oh, thank you.
We'll have Mandy back on. It's going to be quick with the phone dialing. I want to touch something very quickly, and we'll definitely get Nate on the air.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate him coming out here to perform. I'm really looking forward to that. When you were just talking to him about someone that is a young person that passed.
Yes.
This is going way back. When I was 19, way back when I was 19, I just started college. I was working at a fast food restaurant in my hometown. And I had a friend that we became friends. We were working together. He was also 19. And one day on the way to work, he died in a really bad car accident.
Yes.
He'd been in a big fight with his parents, was speeding out of the house, lost control of the car, and died. And I was working there when they called. Of course, it was very traumatic, and I had to work his shift that night, which was even worse. It was crazy. Like, you have to cover his shift. We were very close. When I was getting, there was a big work mirror in the back of the fast food place where you had to put on that ridiculous outfit. When I'm putting on the outfit, instead of seeing my reflection, I see his. I'll never forget it. And he was trying to speak to me. And it's sort of like, it was just this wild thing. And I forgot about it until you just mentioned that right now.
So when they're trying to make contact with you, sometimes it's because they have unfinished business or something they wish they could have said to you. I do feel like maybe he was saying, thanks for being there. Thanks for, I actually kind of feel him around at the moment because you're talking about him. And, he was definitely, he had some anger inside of him.
He was a 19-year-old,
but he was a free spirit.
Yeah.
I do feel like he was just trying to say thank you for being there, being around, for appreciating who he was. And we all meet people for a reason in our life.
And maybe working his shift that night, which was really...
maybe that's what he's thankful
for. He was a great guy. He was a great guy. Really good, sweet soul.
Right.
It's a shame. So listen, thank you so much for. One other quick thing. You want to give a shout out to this phenomenal thing that you're starting, this matchmaking.
Yes. So
what do you call it exactly?
This. I call it the magical matchmaking mixer.
There you go.
I saw so many singles in the area I'm doing readings for, and they cannot find anybody. Lots of men and women. So I'm doing I'm going to try it. It's the first one in January at Irish Eyes. And you just, not everybody's going to be picked because I'm going to try to pair people up psychically with some life coaches. And then what we're going to do is you'll put an application in and I'll take a look and we'll go from there. It'll be fun times for everybody. And I'm going to have this is 30s to 60s. So if you're 30 to 60, and then I'll have a gay night and I'll have different theme nights as well.
On. Cool.
Okay?
We'll talk more next time I have you on the air, which won't be long. We'll talk more about that. Nate is here. He's going to perform for us. Hopefully he's got a cup of tea there, looks like. But do you have a reading for Nate? I know that, you two have never met. You just walked in. I'm like, why not? You're right here.
You know, it's funny. So
jump on that mic there. I don't know if you can. We'll get you.
So what's kind of funny is I saw that you did a little shout out the other day on Facebook. I'm ready to meet Mandy, whatever.
Lots of questions.
So I saw that. I didn't have a lot of time. Kept going on my way. On the way here, though, I actually started picking some things up. One, I definitely feel that there's going to be much more to the level you can do with your success.
Well, let's hope so.
I also feel that the South is going to be your hub, like Louisiana. I did see something actually as far as Texas, and I also see a lot in Florida. Okay. I do feel like you're more of a Southern type person and West Coast. I also feel that as far as talent, it is endless. Money is definitely, and it's big to some people and some people it's not. I mean, it never hurts, right? I do feel that money is going to definitely increase next year, even doubling what you've done so far.
Hey, you like to hear that? Bring it on.
I'm telling you, by the end of next year, you're going to be able to feel more secure, and you are going to purchase a land or a piece of property towards the South, and you love it.
Okay. Well, that's good news.
That is good news.
I was driving in and I was like, do I really want to ask?
I know.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah. But it's not that bad. And I don't see anything really bad,
That's good to hear.
You are a little shut down in the relationship love area.
Yeah. Sort of, but not so much anymore.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
But before.
I'm on the...
You're on the path.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on the up and feeling great about it.
I love it.
Which is great.
Okay.
Yeah.
But before, because it does
Definitely
feel like
before.
you kind of went down a little.
Yeah.
Keep open. And I love that as well for you next year.
Well, thanks.
Okay.
Right on. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Did you bring an instrument?
Yeah, it's out there.
Oh, right on. Why don't you go grab your? Yeah,
I gotta warm up a little bit.
Warm up a little bit, or you can warm up, and if you can you hang out for a couple more minutes?
Yeah.
Nate's gonna go warm up. You cool doing that? And then whenever you're ready, come on in here, and we'll have a little hoedown.
Okay.
Here in the studios of TV Delmarva.
I love it.
I like saying that. That's a good thing. Yeah. TV Delmarva. I love that I don't know. I just find it people find it fascinating. I know that there's a lot of people like, I don't, it's a bunch of bunk. I don't do that.
I have a lot of negative.
You got to get thick-skinned
but I've really learned to be thick-skinned, and honestly, I like to be the voice for people that want to question it, and I like to help people grow and not feel weird or strange about their gifts, and that's really important. That's the most rewarding thing. Is I teach people to be themselves and empower who they are.
My mother was very
it's through the line.
Yeah, she was very good. She would have. It's funny. Earlier you were talking about dreams.
Yes.
So this was her MO. And she died in '89. Wonderful woman, died young. I've already outlived my mother. She would have a dream, and we would be in the kitchen drinking coffee when she would sort of, I had the craziest dream last night, which meant she had a psychic dream.
Right.
She would never really say that's what it was. Right. And she would tell me about the dream. And I'm like, that's interesting. Wonder what that could have been. Well, one day, it was, again, I was around 20 years old. I was in school. I had a much younger little brother, and he had a little babysitter up the street, this sweet old woman who was, when I was a kid, I was her paper boy. And she was a very old, sweet woman, Mrs. Harbison.
Aww.
So shout out to, I know that she's way no longer here, but Mrs. Harbison was very sweet.
She might be.
Her spirit might be. She would be long. She would be walking dust if she were still alive. So she would be very, very old. So my mother's telling me about this dream. She said, I had this very interesting dream where I was at an airport, a small airport, and there was a gentleman in a private plane, and I walked up to his plane, and he was very nice, and he said, would you like to go on a ride? So she gets on this small plane, and they fly all over the countryside, and she said it was beautiful. It was like a watercolor, and I remember being so impressed by the hills, the colors, and it was beautiful. She said it looked just like a watercolor, she kept saying. And then the plane landed, and we got out, and he walked over to a telephone pole-like structure, grabbed it with his hands, and lifted the pole out of the ground. And when he did, she said the hole that appeared where the pole had been flying out were flowers and trees, and it literally created a large watercolor painting.
Oh, wow.
And it was beautiful, and she was just like drinking her coffee, staring off like, wow, that was interesting. So anyway, I go off to class, she goes to work, my brother goes to the babysitter. Lo and behold, that afternoon, I go with her to pick up my little brother. We're in their house.
He did it.
Well, no, here's the crazy thing. And had I not been there, I wouldn't have believed it, but I was there. I remember my mother telling me the dream that morning. So Mrs. Harbison, there's a new painting, beautiful painting hanging on her wall. And it was a big, beautiful watercolor. And my mother sort of stops in her tracks, and she's looking at this painting.
Yeah.
And my mother was an artist as well. She was very talented. She gave it up when she got married, and that's what people did back then. But she always had an appreciation for visual art. She looks at the painting, and she tells Mrs. Harbison, is this new? This is so beautiful. And she's like, oh, isn't that nice? That just arrived today. And she and I just put it on the wall, and it's so lovely. And she said, what's the story? She said, my son painted that. He was a very talented artist. And she said, oh, is he? Was? And she's like, well, sadly, he died several years ago, but the daughter had sent this as a painting for her to keep. And she said, would you like to see a photograph of him? And my mother said, yes. So she opens the drawer and pulls out this photo, and there's this man standing by a small airplane. And my mother gets her face is sort of, shock.
Right.
And she realizes this is the man that she saw in her dream. She doesn't mention any of this to Mrs. Harbison. And she said that the man painted the painting. He died in a plane accident. His plane hit a pole, the utility pole, and he died.
So right there, remember we were saying there's no coincidences.
Yeah.
There's, that's how, and here's the thing, if a spirit knows that you have that in you, Okay, because why is it some people see spirits and other people don't?
Yeah,
right?
good question.
So my theory is that it's because they can feel whether you're open to it or not, and if they can find somebody that's open to it and they want to get a message across, they're going to do it. So, I feel it's an honor, actually, that they want to give you that message, and you might not get it at the time, but that will happen down the line. Wow. I believe that there is family lines of it. A lot of times psychics have psychic children, and the levels are really no rhyme or reason. I have 3 kids, and I think 2 kind of have it. They won't even admit that, but my one little one, she definitely has it. And it's just it's a cool thing that I do believe comes through the lines.
Wow, fascinating.
Yes.
Well, thank you for that. I felt the need to share that story too, because I thought it's pretty cool.
Awesome.
How we do? Looks like my Facebook live stream is frozen up here, but I think I don't know what's going on with that. So I think we're still going here strong, or at least I'm about to, because we're going to get Nate Clendenin here. When are you starting your magical mixers?
So I'm starting the magical mixer. The first one's January, I believe January 10th at Irish Eyes. If you want to get involved and get me an application and can get you hooked up, it's Mandy's, MANDIES, Magical Marketplace at gmail.com. Send me that you're interested, and I'll get you an application.
Fantastic. And you can also get more information about on your website at mandysmagicalmarketplace.org.
That's my online store.
Online store.
And if you want to book a reading, you go to Mandy's Magical Readings and mandysmagicalreadings.com.
And that's MANDIE.
Yes, IE.
Right on, because there's other ways.
I want to be different.
That's right.
I'm magical. I don't want to be.
I've known a lot of Mandys in my life. I've been good friends with all of them.
They're all cool, aren't they?
Yeah, they are very cool.
And
they're all
beautiful.
unique and fun and wonderful women. So
Great.
shout out to the 2 Mandys, you in Nashville and
Shout
you in
out.
California, and right here. Are we good with our Facebook live stream? Not sure what's going on. I want to get Nate on here in a little bit when he's done warming up. So until then, I know that you have readings probably today.
Yeah, I'm
right.
going straight back to the store to do readings today.
That's so cool.
Yes, and I have a lot of products at my store to make your life better. I'm actually going to a warehouse in New York this week, and I'm going to get tons of new crystals, and I'm going to restock the whole store. There's going to be tons of beauty in the store next week.
That's great.
I'm always amping it up, putting new things in, adding new things. My sprays are like one of the biggest sellers still.
Interesting. Wow.
I have a sage spray for protection, so if you're at work and you can't use the smoke sage, you can at least protect yourself through the spray. And I have a lot of candles that we make and so on.
I love the scent of sage just in general.
It's such a beautiful smell. It's an acquired thing. Some people think it smells a little musky, but I love it.
I like it. I need to find a cologne, a sage-based cologne.
There's actually many of them, and I actually have a line coming in with that too.
Do you?
Yes.
That's good to know, because I'm a cologne guy. I like scents.
It's a good thing.
What can I say?
And that's another empath trait. Usually,
Is it really?
empath people are super sensitive. We want smells to smell good.
Yeah.
We are very sensitive to like really loud, harsh noises.
Correct.
Crowds, big crowds. So it's pretty cool.
Maybe that I'm an empath.
You are
I
an
think that's
empath.
what
You are.
I like that.
You feel others' energy.
Yeah. I've tried to explain to people over the years that sometimes, as a person that's just sort of sensitive, I'm an artistic guy, which is true.
Right.
And anyone that's been involved, peace button, they're saying the word peace in their head. They're creating an energy of peace. I think that's very important to have in this world.
I love that word and coexistence. Like, I love coexist.
Yeah, I do too.
Because we should all get along.
Everyone get along together. Nate, are you warmed up?
Yeah.
Right on. I think. How is our broadcast going? Are we good? Are we? Now I'm seeing stuff.
Right. Yeah. Look again. We did have to restart it.
Okay. Good. Because I know that I want to get there. We are.
Yep. We're up.
Right on. So okay. Good. Because I want to get Nate. I'm very happy that he's here. Did you have a gig last night?
I did.
Right on. And where was the gig? You can get on that mic right over there.
Last night was in Rehoboth at the Ale House.
That's
Love
right.
That spot.
I do too.
Yeah,
that's a great place.
And it wasn't too late because singing at noon on a Saturday.
Yeah, what are you going to do, man?
You can hear it in there.
Crazy. Oh no, it's too early. Mandy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. Such a good time. So much.
Thanks for having me.
You're so welcome. You know how to get back home, right? Get back to
I do.
It's a beautiful ride.
Back to the reality.
I appreciate it. I will have you on soon. We'll talk. I'm going to stop by your shop, and I suggest everyone does.
Kings Highway.
Thank you. You can't miss it. It's the only cool purple house on Kings Highway.
That's
there.
true.
Right as you're coming into Lewis.
I know that spot.
Yeah, see? It's
a
cool.
great spot.
Yeah, Mandy's Magical Marketplace. I really appreciate it. You're so welcome.
Have a magical day.
Thank you. I intend to. I appreciate it. Do you want to pop on these and get out over here, or what's the best way for...
we're going to have a break coming up?
Yeah, thank you. We'll talk soon. Yeah, or you can just jump right in.
Sit down.
Yeah, go ahead and sit down. I'll talk to you soon, Mandy. I appreciate it. Ciao, Bella.
No problem.
Hey, no.
All right, fun. All right, so we are still here on our Facebook live stream, Coastal A&E, Facebook.com/TV Delmarva, and also on TV Delmarva. You can go there and see that, right? Just and that's done through the Roku stick. What's the best way to access
Amazon
that?
Fire Stick, Roku, even TVDelmarva.com. Just click on the Watch Live.
Absolutely, TVDelmarva.com. It's a great thing, and you can see this live too. So it's radio and television. Nate.
Mass communication.
Yeah, right on. Mass communication. We need like a scribe with stone and carving like in the Flintstones. We can like take everything down. That's it. That's
Morse code.
all Morse coded out. It's nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, back
Pleasure
at
to meet you. Pleasure to meet
sorry,
you.
my hands are cold.
Oh no, it's okay. It's a little chilly out there. Yeah. We can move that mic up because you look like I don't want you to have to do the Watusi to get on there.
Chat for a minute or two, and then when you got to go to break, then we'll sort all the mics.
Yeah, I think that sounds good. But we on our Facebook live stream, we don't have breaks. We just go. We're just we will take a little break at some point. Okay, well, Colin will give me the heads up.
All right.
But if that you look physically uncomfortable, we can raise that up a little bit. Okay,
I feel like I look cool.
doing that.
Kind of like hunched over a little bit.
So tell me about the gig last night.
My buddy Adam,
great guy,
House a little while back, and I don't know. I've just enjoyed playing there, and get to play there year round, which is always nice around here. And the food's awesome, and
it is
full menu laid, and it was just it was a good crowd, and a lot of folks just walking around.
Great selection of beers there too, which is nice.
Tons of tasty stuff.
I know that we are going to take a quick break in 2 minutes,
okay,
and then we're going to get you to play. Yeah. I'm really interested. When your website, which is it GlenDenonMusic.com?
Just DenonMusic.com.
DenonMusic.com.
Yeah. If I ever have to go to a rock and roll name, it'll be Nathan Denon. If the manager one day is like, Clendenon might be a little too complicated. So, but no,
I was speaking it phonetically this morning, and I was making a little flyer. I'm like Clendenon.
It's a lot easier than
it's a lot of ease.
Yes,
a lot of ease, which is great.
Yeah.
We got 60 seconds. You're going to come back. I'm definitely. So you do? Is it all original? Do you do a mix of covers and originals, or
definitely a mix?
Yeah.
Even if I'm doing concerts or something where it's an original show, I'll throw a cover or two in there. A lot of work, a lot of daily work involves playing covers, and I've always loved playing covers because that's a good way to represent where you come from, and who you're into, and kind of the message you want to put out there or the vibe you want to put out.
Excellent. And I know that before we go to our first break, bluegrass is an influence in your music, folk, country, and pop.
Lots of twang.
Yeah, twang. It's good. I feel like personally that bluegrass is back on the radar. Not that it ever really went away, but it's getting more of a play now. And there's a lot of indie artists that are picking up a bluegrass vibe.
True. There's been a huge evolution and explosion in what is bluegrass.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see. There's a lot more spectrum to bluegrass now than there used to be.
Right on. I'm looking forward to talking about that and hearing you perform something. And I think this is our intro to our first break. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. We're on our Facebook live stream and TV Delmarva. Nate Clendenon when we come back.
Here's Here's a great way to save money on your credit card bills. If you have 3 or more credit cards and you're way behind on the payments, we can show you a way to pay as little as 50% and have zero debt in 24 months. Call now and learn how to reduce your credit card bills by 50% and be 100% debt-free. We always offer 24/7 help and a free consultation. Call right now. Here's a great way to save money on your credit card bills. If you have 3 or more credit cards and you're way behind on the payments, we can show you a way to pay as little as 50% and have zero debt in 24 months. Call now and learn how to reduce your credit card bills by 50% and be 100% debt-free. We always offer 24/7 help and a free consultation. Call right now.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 888-983-6761. 888-983-6761. 888-983-6761. 888-983-6761.
I like that sort of jazzy
that's a good groove
vibe.
right there.
Going, yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. Did you pick that out, Colin? It's good.
Yeah.
That,
you got to go royalty free on Facebook.
You do.
Yeah. So
that's not MMW.
What's MMW?
Medeski Martin Wood.
Could be.
Sounds like it.
No,
Yeah.
could be. It's funny. So we did our first broadcast from here in the TV Delmarva studio last week, and I had Tony Boyd Heron, my friend, curator of Peninsula Gallery in Lewis. He's a Brit, and so during the bump song, as they call it, when you're coming in from a break, I had paperback writer. I love the Beatles, and that was great. And so I'm uploading a day or two later the entire broadcast to YouTube. Immediately, this content has been blocked. I'm like, what the? And I couldn't figure it out because I had 30 seconds of the beginning, stanza from, and that's all it took. Oh, yanked right off. So I had to go back and
Beatles
read
are on
it
top
up.
of that stuff.
Oh yeah, man.
It's
all built in. It's crazy. It's all Big Brother-ish. Yeah. I didn't think about it because, of course, on the radio show that's all worked out. So when it's airing on 105.9 FM, it's all good. But of course they don't. That doesn't cross over.
Actually, a friend of mine who I grew up playing guitar with, we started learning. We started taking lessons one day apart when we were 12 years old, and grew up through high school and went to college together and played a lot. And he found this recording that we did in our college band, and he digitized it off of a cassette tape. And
cool.
And he released it on Facebook. And I was like, man, I was like, make sure that's not downloadable because there's some covers on that list. Like, I don't know, I don't know what the rules are these days, and I mean, it's out there somewhere. But
yeah, well, I mean, if it can't be used, they're going to let you know about it.
True.
That's what it comes down to.
True.
And it just took me a while. I couldn't figure out why it was blocked. And I had to start and go, and I'm like, this must be it. And then, of course, there was the message that got lost in my
rules,
thing. I'm like, oh, okay, it's been blocked by blah, 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 blah.
But now we
that's
know.
good. You never know. So you were warming up at something. It sounded great.
Thank you.
Yeah, was that an original tune you were doing there?
Yeah.
Right on. And,
I opened up with that last night because it's a tune called "Cold Off the Water," and it was kind of cold last night. So
indeed, it's a little chilly out there this morning. As a matter of fact, we'd also mentioned. So it says on your website, rock and roll, bluegrass and folk, everything that Nate does. You can find your information here. So those are major influences for you. That type of music, and we were talking a little bit about the reformulation of bluegrass and into some more indie type of sensibilities out there music wise.
Yeah. It's funny. There's a band that's huge right now. They're Green Sky Bluegrass. They tour all over the place. And the first time I met those guys, I was out on the road in Colorado with my friend Larry Keel, who's also a great picker. And this was summer of 2006. And Larry was like, "Oh man, we're going to get someone else on this tour." They just won the Telluride Bluegrass Festival, which is a huge competition and great event. And it was Green Sky Bluegrass, and they just hopped on the tour. And I haven't talked to them since. I'm not sure if they'd remember. Well, we had some pretty unforgettable times on that week. But yeah. So the notion of bluegrass is kind of expanding. Sometimes not for the better, in my opinion, but 98%, it's nice that this kind of roots music is reaching way more people now, and so some of the more modern bands might be roping folks in that don't know who Bill Monroe is,
good point,
or don't know who Flatt and Scruggs
because
is.
These were I'm a big fan of the Everett Brothers, for example, or the Decemberists is another group that I like quite a bit, and you can hear that,
which for the record is not bluegrass.
No, you're right.
But it has bluegrass sensibilities,
exactly.
And it's really helped that expansion of consciousness, like within the music world. That people are like, you know what? I really like the sound of acoustic instruments.
Yeah, but there, without a doubt, there is that connection. You can follow that sound path to, this is where this is coming from.
Right.
I just started to watch the beginning of Ken Burns' documentary Country Music, which I've only seen the very first episode because my schedule was great, and they make a very good point of following that. That path.
Yeah, and it's a long one. There's a lot of ins and outs of American roots music and country music in general. And and saying country, I'm not talking about personally. I'm not talking about like Toby Keith and like Luke Bryan and those guys. And those guys are good. I mean, they're obviously very successful at what they do, and that is country music. But there's so much music that just came literally from a front porch in a holler in West Virginia or Kentucky or wherever, that is really, really legitimate, organic, real music.
I agree. Yeah, and that other, and you're right. I mean, they're valid country stars.
Oh yeah, they're all awesome.
They are. Yeah, but
good at what they do.
There's a certain. I grew up outside of Nashville, Tennessee, in Kentucky, Bowling Green, Kentucky, and certainly the countryside of that area.
Huge bluegrass scene.
Lots, all just phenomenal, and everybody back then. And I'm 54, and
congratulations.
Thank you very much. I hope I get another few of them out there. Everyone, at that time, any gathering you went to, instruments were involved. People would play and sing and sit around. This, of course, pre-web, pre-internet. You didn't have to be a big, flashy, studio-backed musician to make it as a country artist. Especially at that time, and around that area.
And you still don't. You just got to have something good to say. But I mean, and that's, I don't know. And one good thing about bluegrass or old time or this type of music that we're specifically talking about, like the really basic organic American folk, like any level of any level of player can sit there and play GCD. You know what I mean? Like it's a very accessible style of music to where doesn't have to be a ton of changes. It doesn't have to be complicated, and therefore more people can get involved on whatever level they can, and it becomes a very sharing type of thing. I mean, I've played music with people that I can't verbally speak with because they don't know English, and I don't know Brazilian as the time I'm thinking about now, or Spanish another time I'm thinking about, or I met a banjo player in New York City years ago who's from the Czech Republic, and we couldn't really talk that well, and he was a phenomenal picker, but he sure knew the tunes.
That's great. No, so you communicate through music.
Yeah,
that's phenomenal. I've never really heard it put that way.
Yeah.
And of course, it makes sense.
And it's different with rock and roll. It's different with other forms of music in that where there's not a huge body of traditional stuff. There's not a body of like 500 songs that everybody knows.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, can you give us an original right now?
Sure. Yeah. Well,
let's hear it, man.
Yeah. I'll do it.
Looking forward to it. It's going to go here, and then I think Colin's going to set you up here with some magical things. All right. Oh, and what are you going to play for us right now?
I'll do that tune I was warming up on.
Perfect.
Cold Off the Water. This appears on my Electric Band's record, Eastern Electric. You can go to that website, easternelectricmusic.com, and check it out.
Right on. Is that where you're wearing a dress and holding a shotgun?
Yeah.
On the cover, just as a matter of fact.
And I look awesome.
You do look good there, dude. Good choice.
I'll tell a hilarious story about that afterwards.
All right, folks. Nate Glendane's going to perform right now. Looking forward to it. Enjoy.
Yeah, the wind blows cold, coming off of the water, in the darkest days of late December. It's solstice, and I'm trying to remember how everything was this time last year. I suppose I had her, she sure had me. She was standing right here next to me. Yes, I held her close in my arms, right here next to me. And now she don't know nothing of me no more. Well, maybe there's nothing to know. All I can say is that I'm still singing her songs. Trying not to let myself keep going wrong. Well, you can't hold on to something that won't stop moving. You can't keep playing a game that you won't stop losing. Words I never wanted to say to her. Goodbye, Jennifer. Yeah, my life, it ain't no blank page. In my heart, that's an open book. Yeah, you came in close and you had yourself a look. Yeah, baby, you don't know what it is you really took. Cause I gave you my soul and you read my story true. You even let you write yourself a chapter or two. And now tell me, babe, what does a man like me to do? Except sit up here and sing these words to you. Well, you can't hold on to something that won't stop moving. You can't keep playing a game that you won't stop losing. Well, two words I never wanted to say to her. Goodbye, Jennifer. Oh, yeah. Well, you can't hold on to something that won't stop moving. You can't keep playing a game that you won't stop losing. Two words I never wanted to say to her. Goodbye, Jennifer. Hey.
All right, man, that was phenomenal.
And that also, for the record, is not bluegrass.
No, that was beautiful. Beautiful
for the record.
Beautiful song. When you're writing, what was the story behind that song?
Well, you know, there's a previous body of work. A lot of my previous bodies of work, you know, it's about relationships and traveling and
sure,
the weather.
So when you're writing, I've always been
that's pretty much
the weather. The weather gets it. I mixed the three of them up. I'm on the road. I am in a relationship, and there's a storm coming.
Yeah, that was just about sitting at home back when I was living on 9th Street in the dead of winter, and I was going through a breakup and just wrote a song. When you find situations in life that come to everybody as you move through life, is your first instinct, I'm going to get a song out of this? I mean, is there a process involved in writing the lyrics to a song that all sort of comes together in this sort of because one of the things I love about country music, of course, is the storytelling aspect of it, which is, I mean, that's probably the top of the pyramid. 3 chords and the truth.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. So is that how your songs come? Yeah, and admittedly, I haven't been writing much for a while. The whole paying the bills and stressing out about having enough work and being able to get where you're going and whatever has really been overwhelming the last few years. I guess that's a good thing because I'm going a lot of places and doing a lot of things. But truthfully, songs come in all shapes and sizes. And, as actually speaking with Mandy yes.
earlier, she did touch on some things. Like I'm kind of at a precipice of something very new and inspiring, and I've found the last few weeks especially, I've had riffs that are popping into my head and melodies that'll pop into my head and lyrics, and some have gotten written down, some haven't, and sometimes I'll be like, if that's really worth it, then it's going to come back to me or something like that. But basically I take it however it comes, and I just need the headspace and physical space to just let it happen.
Yeah, right on. What comes first, the lyrics or the music?
Anyway,
it comes together.
It's happened. That last song, I just started playing this riff. I just started playing that riff and started singing, and it just came out.
Wow.
And that riff, I will say too, which ties into some other things. A large thing I've been doing this year, I've been playing with my friend Joey Harcum, who's a great songwriter out of Baltimore. And this is kind of one of his signature riffs. It appears in a couple of his tunes. And so I called him up immediately. I had been hanging out with him a bunch at that time. And I was like, man, I think I'm going to have to give you a co-writer credit on this tune because this is your riff.
I'm using this riff.
Totally your riff. But yeah,
sometimes I'm not a songwriter. I have written.
Well, not with that attitude.
No, I'm not. But I understand that certain people have excel in certain things, and that's not something that I excel in. But I'm fascinated by it. I love it. I love reading lyrics. I'm a lyricist, and I have been a musician. I spent several years, way back when, and singing and doing that stuff. But I find that we got when it seems like eventually, this is what I can't get my head around because I'm not a songwriter. It seems like people would all be making the same version, the same song. Eventually,
it's there's a saying that, well, you can't. I don't know if it's a saying, but like something along the lines is you can't copyright a note, you can't copyright a chord, because they're all the same, and it is really challenging to come up with new melodies, and you know what I mean, because there is a lot of content out there, and it can be a huge challenge. But then again, in the roots music world, which is where I definitely squarely exist, there's a lot of general, I don't want to say templates or anything, but there's the standard.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's been 1,000 songs, that exact progression, and all of those songs are different. So there's that.
Yeah. I've always found there was this lawsuit years and years ago. I believe it was between George Harrison and what was the girls group that did "He's So Fine"? That was the Chiffon. I can't remember the "He's So Fine." Da da da. Like they sued, and I believe they won. Because of "My Dear Lord."
You're talking about Robert Palmer.
Oh no, not that one. I do know that one, but there's another. So George Harrison's "My Dear Lord."
Yeah.
Because
the
similarities between that and "He's So Fine." And when you listen, I'm a huge Beatles fan. I love George Harrison. It's probably one of my favorite of the when they were independently producing out their music. You hear it, but when you don't, you hear this song,
right? And
then all of a sudden you hear this, but he was like, I didn't purposely do this. And I think that people believe that, but sometimes that just happens.
And it does.
It's interesting.
I'm trying to. I just watched some. There's some really good stuff out there. George Harrison documentaries and stuff, and he just put out some live stuff and B takes and whatever. And I'm having like a total brain fart right now.
Yeah, it's because you were up late playing last night performing. We got like 8 minutes left. Can we get
of the whole thing?
I know,
oh
but it's everything's time flies.
I for some reason thought we were starting at 1 or something, and
it ends at 1.
Gosh darn it! Well, I'll know that next time.
I will definitely have you back on the air.
Yeah, I'd love to come back
because you have a great voice, just even speaking wise.
Thank
it's
you.
very resonant.
Well,
which I like.
If you guys have any shifts available, and
hey, you never know, man.
They're at the right time.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to have you back on the air because I can just tell that you've got this great vibe and you're very talented.
Well, thanks,
and very knowledgeable, which I like to talk to people like that.
At least I seem that way.
Yeah. Well, hey, and if you throw in a couple of psychic readings, then we get a deal. Yeah, we'll make it going. Can you give us another original?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Let's see which one to do. Actually, I'll do the one of the video that features me in the wedding dress.
Hey, that'd be great. That'd be great.
This is the single off of the project, and with Eastern Electric. And if you guys go to the websites, denenmusic.com is mine, DENEN music.com, and easternelectricmusic.com is the website for the band. But we did a video at the cover shoot, and I had this idea we were all going to go down to the old time photo place down on the boardwalk.
Oh yeah,
and all dress up as cowboys. We got down there, and there was this wedding dress that a previous roommate of mine in Ocean City had used as a Halloween costume, and it was kind of like the ghost of the 9th Street house. And it's like, and I'm going to put that wedding dress on. And I got my mom to tailor it so it fit.
Nice.
And
custom design. That's nice. Yeah.
It was hilarious. And my sister, she got married around then too, and so she had 2 wedding dresses to tailor.
Wow.
Anyway, here we go. It's called Life Ain't a Game.
Could have had the world, but she went and lost it in a card game. Metaphorically speaking,
that's like the second verse. My goodness, I love messing up my own songs. Oh goodness! How about this?
Really good.
Y'all go. I'll play the bluegrass original I got. Y'all go to the website and check that out.
All right.
That was weird. That's never happened like that before. Here we go. It's called High and Lonesome.
Well, are you high and lonesome? Are you high and lonesome? Are you high and lonesome as be? Standing alone on the mountain while I'm drowning out at sea. Are you high and lonesome as be? Yeah, she came down from the city of Baltimore. She was the prettiest gal that I had ever seen. She was running away on down to the shore. She sure ran all over me. Oh, now I'm high and lonesome. I'm high and lonesome. Are you high and lonesome as be? Falling down from the top sails in the backwoods of Tennessee. Are you high and lonesome as be? Yeah, well, one day I thought I'd finally won her. Thought she was the sweetest gal with whom I'd ever been. So I gave her my heart, but she gave me the soul of her shoe. I was a darn fool to think that she loved me. Oh, now I'm high and lonesome. I'm high and lonesome. Are you high and lonesome as be? Well, stranded up on the front range in the middle of the prairie. Are you high and lonesome as be? Well, I know that my whole life is rambling, but this here singing's the best thing that I do. And I know I owe it to myself to forget about you. Oh man, ain't that the truth? Oh, now I'm high and lonesome. I'm high and lonesome. Are you high and lonesome as be? Standing alone on the mountain while I'm drowning out at sea. Are you high and lonesome as be? Well, are you high and lonesome? Are you high and lonesome? Are you high and lonesome as be?
All right, man. Phenomenal. That was great.
That one is more of a bluegrass
song. That was great, man. I like that. You had that bluegrass tinge to your voice, too.
Well, that song, it's, thanks.
Yeah, it was great. We've only got a few minutes left. I think I had 3 minutes left, 2 minutes left. Cool. I want to give a shout out to your website. People can go here and see that great photo of you and your form-fitting wedding dress.
There's a whole video, too.
A whole video, which next time I will get that on the air. That's denenmusic.com, DENEN music.com.
Yes, sir.
Definitely want people to check it out. When's your next gig here in the area?
I'm actually playing tonight in Berlin at Sisters Wine Bar with some good friends of mine, Sean Loomis, Joe Esham, who actually plays pedal steel in my electric group. There's a bunch of other folks on there as well, and it's going to be super fun. Let's see. Then I'll be in D.C. playing some bluegrass on Thursday. Then the next local gig is next Friday at Bethany Blues with Eastern Electric.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
I love D.C. Bethany Blues is one of my favorite places, and I'm a big fan of Berlin, Maryland. Always fun things going on there.
Well,
Fantastic.
all the info's on the website.
Man, great. I'm so glad we got like just probably 60 seconds left. 45 seconds. No, 145. Thank you, man. I know getting out here and but it's a beautiful ride.
Oh yeah, it was nice. I've never driven down this road before.
Either until last Saturday.
I've driven all around it. It's
beautiful.
Cool. Yeah,
we're out here in the country, but there's a big radio antenna out there. So
you make the turn and you're like a mile out and you're like, oh, there it is.
Oh, there
I'm
it is.
going. I'll just follow that.
I'm definitely going to have you back on the show.
I'd love to be back.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is really enjoyable. Thank you so much.
And thanks for calling the other day.
Hey, you're welcome. It was so weird out of the blue. Hi, is this Nate? Yeah, I want to get you on my radio show. Like, well, who is this? But I'm glad you did.
Yeah,
definitely. So if you're in Berlin tonight, what is it?
Sisters Wine Bar from 7 to 9. It's totally free, and there are 6 different acts playing.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be a really cool, fun time.
Excellent. Is that a new location, Sisters Wine Bar? I'm not. No.
Sorta. The Sisters is a shop. And then the Maryland Wine Bar was right next door, and they kind of combined the whole thing. But it's cool. They have a nice little stage and some tasty wines and beers, and yeah, it's cool.
Lovely downtown Berlin has there. A lot of
definitely.
cool, fun little aesthetic things going
Yes,
on
sir.
there. Hey, thank you, Colin. Thank you, Nate. Thank you
Colin,
for
nice to meet
listening.
you.
Everybody had a great time. I'll be back here next Saturday.
Yeah,
my
man.
pleasure, my friend.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Safe trip to Berlin tonight. Thank you, folks, for watching online. This will be up. And again, check out Nate's website. You'll be glad you did. You can see him in Berlin tonight. Thank you, Mandy, for being on the air. So much fun. Hope everyone had a good time. Got 10 seconds left. I'll be back here next Saturday on TV Delmarva and Coastal A&E on Delmarva 105.9 FM. Have a great week. Do something creative, folks. Enjoy.